Got the bookmark in?
Got the bookmark
All right,
in.
good. What's the next game in the docket?
Okay, I wanted to check out this game, which is called Silver Grapple.
All right.
And it looks like a really neat grapple hook game.
Looks like Flint Hook.
It looks like Flint Hook, but instead of small procedurally generated levels, bigger kind of like move around and shit levels. And you know, that was my problem with Flint Hook is I felt like it was too small, and I wanted more fun stuff to do. Can you update in Chatty for me?
Sure.
Please. The Canopic jar were 4 in number, each for the safekeeping of a particular human organs, the stomach, intestines, lung, and liver, all of which was believed would be needed in the afterlife. Oh.
Okay.
Ew.
All right, so what's this called?
This is called Silver Grapple, which might have crashed. Oh, there it is.
Should I change the name?
If you feel like it.
Horse grapples?
Like horse apples?
Yeah.
You say I'm bad at it.
I thought about it for literally 3 seconds. That's what you get for 3 seconds, Jack.
I'll take it. Hungry Jack.
Anonymous says, character. I mean, God, shitty delivery for shitty joke. The one Karak thing earlier. Now pick a god. You know what 251 can get me? Almost a combo meal from anywhere. There's no particular god I want to be.
Yep.
I guess I could be Yahweh for a day and make the world not suck, but do your changes get undone? How does that work?
Oh. How do you make the world not suck?
Yeah.
Because you think you making the world unsucks make it sucks for a lot of other people, right? That's the monkey paw logic. Any wish that you make will have unforeseen consequences.
Have you seen that Penn and Teller Fool Us show?
Yeah, I've seen clips from it.
I've seen that.
It's neat.
It's a fun show. You know, the premise of the show, Penn and Teller Fool Us, is somebody does a magic act and Penn and Teller watch. Mm-hmm. And if Penn and Teller can't tell them how the magic trick was done, they win. They win. What do they win? They get to be like the opening act for Penn and Teller in Las Vegas.
Penn and Teller have a very famous and long-running magic show in Vegas, and yeah, they win the opening act.
If they don't know how your trick was done.
And some, like I've seen some where they're just like, we think we know how it's done, but we're impressed enough where you're going to be. Basically, it's a way for them to audition people while making money.
Yeah.
It's a racket, Rich. It's an absolute racket. Jack, you made this game, right? It looks like a game I would make.
Was this game made by a 5-year-old? Oh, don't judge it on the graphic style.
I'm just waiting for me to get my grapple hook. I want a grapple hook. I wanna... Yeah, you already missed the previous game. It was Fight of Gods. And we had some fun with it. Sif. No.
Sif.
Sif was the best god, is what we've determined. So if you have to pick a religion, pick a religion that includes Sith. Because that's the true religion according to the fighting game that we just played. Can I do a stream as Paul Feig? No, that wig would bother the hell out of me. And I wouldn't want to wear a suit all stream either. That would... Prototype Grapple.
Getting a Hudson Soft vibe from this.
A what?
Less colorful, maybe, than some of their old NES games.
Look at this. I can swing.
Not gameplay wise, just visual. I don't know why.
Hudson Soft.
Yeah.
Okay. What games did they make?
Milan's Secret Castle or some others. I forgot what they were.
Shit.
Adventure Island. Oh, yeah, that's the big one. Jeez, I'm dumb. I mentioned Milan's Secret Castle and not Adventure Island. Bomberman? I didn't know they did Bomberman. I can see it. It's those eyes.
I know I'm probably supposed to go in this door, but this thing is right over here. I kind of want to go in here. Nope. Okay.
So, chat, you got to ask Jack this, too. It's a great question for Jack. This is a Hyper Starts or Startes? I don't know pronunciation.
Great.
Should they watch the Tick 2001 before 2017?
You can completely skip over the Patrick Warburton tick.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
And I figured this would you would instantly bring this up. Why would you bring up the 2001 Tick and not the 1992 Tick?
If
The Tick.
We watched a couple of those episodes the other day. My kids were all flavored up for the cartoon Tick, and we saw some of the greatest Saturday morning cartoon ever produced. The Tick was the greatest show ever. Do you remember the Tick versus the Big Nothing?
92 was 94. Well, whatever it was. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
There's an episode called Tick versus the Big Nothing. And it's where he gets kidnapped by aliens who only speak in what and are battling a alien race that only speak in hey. And there's a great scene where they're trying to interrogate Arthur because he looks just like the hey. And so the interrogator goes, hey, and Arthur goes, what? And he goes, hey, what? And it's just hey and what for a solid 2.5 minutes. Genius writing. And you know what? You don't need to see that Tick either before you see the Peter Serafinowicz Tick.
Yeah, there's not like a continuity thing that you need to worry about.
Right. So you can just start the Serafinowicz Tick and be happy. But I really recommend. Actually, you probably should see that first, or else some of the jokes, they reuse some jokes from the cartoon, and I think they're done a little bit better in the cartoon. At least in the pilot. So watch the Serafinowicz first, and then the cartoon. And it's hard to get your hands on copies of the cartoon now. Get there.
People always bring up the Patrick Warburton one, and not the cartoon series, which is so weird to me. It's so weird to me.
And I don't know why, because I didn't think the Patrick Warburton one was very good. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And that could have just been because I was coming fresh from, the only other Tick is cartoon and comic tip, and whoa shit, and the cartoon is more similar to the comic book than anything. That's great. So the cartoon and the comic book are really similar, and the Patrick Warburton one is almost like a sitcom. It's very strange.
No, nobody saw the cartoon tick. No, nobody saw the Patrick Warburton tick. It lasted 4 episodes before it got canned.
The cartoon tick went 3 seasons. I'm gonna say
Which
a lot
for Saturday morning cartoons of the time was kind of a lot.
I'm gonna say a lot of people know cartoon tick.
Rich, I recently bought XCOM 2 and I'm getting my shit kicked in. Any tips? I loved 1. Evolve or die. I don't have anything specific I can tell you off the top of my head. I know I got my teeth kicked in when I started playing XCOM 2. And I can't think of any one amazing tip for you off the top of my head. I'm sorry. But I know if you keep at it, it will come.
Absolutely. Heck, even me, and I'm not a strategy person, I made it to the very end of XCOM 2. You just have to figure it out. You can do it. We believe in you. I watched both versions of the tick. Find yourself, and you know what? If you really need a fix, find yourself some comics, man. Those old comics were great. Shit.
I've only ever saw that one tick episode that was on Amazon a year ago. I think it was the pilot for the new one, but I really didn't get it at all. What exactly is the tick about? It's a spoof. How would you describe the tick?
The tick, the tick is to Shaun. The tick is to superhero movies what Shaun of the Dead is to zombie movies.
Okay.
It is both a satire of the genre while being a good representation of the genre.
The tick loves wallowing in the absurdities of just the idea of a superhero.
Yes.
Shit. The tick is just a big dumb do-gooder. And he's not even incompetent. But he lives in his own fantasy world.
Right, he lives
where he is the exaggeration of every old-fashioned superhero ever.
Exactly. And like back in the day, you would never worry about what a superhero did to like pay the rent.
Yeah.
But that's whole episodes of The Tick is they just need to figure out how to pay the rent that month because they live in Arthur's apartment. He sleeps on a couch. The Tick is wonderful. It's if you love superhero stuff, watch The Tick because it's a loving poke.
He will say old chum, and he will be completely serious when he says it.
Yep.
He will, after an adventure, he will go off on some kind of like long, rambly thing that he thinks is the moral of the story, but it's just kind of crazy, but his heart's into it.
Right. He wants to give the big final epilogue, but he doesn't know what to say, so he just says stuff. And isn't that what it's all about, chum? We're sitting here in the paint mixer of life. A little bit of green, a little bit of blue. Put us together, and we're...
a big paint explosion, Arthur.
Yeah, and so while the cartoon is a skewering of classic comic books, the new one is a skewering of modern day, like dark and realistic.
Movies. It's a skewering of like the Marvel type stuff, right?
I'd call it a bigger skewering. Yeah, okay. A little bit of Marvel, a little bit of DC.
I haven't seen much. You've seen a lot more, and you've watched the series. I've seen the pilot and some of an episode at your house.
Right.
So
it's probably equal, yeah. If you're looking for the directest skewer, it's actually probably skewering the Netflix shows more as far as tone. But yeah, it digs at Nolan a little bit. It digs at like Daredevil. It digs at a lot of things.
I'm here because a big clown hit me. I remember that.
Why are you here?
They're fighting that Hulk clown.
Proto-clown.
Proto-clown. He just got knocked into orbit and landed on Galactus. Was that was the Galactus episode?
No,
right?
no, that Proto-clown knocked him into the stratosphere, and that was his journey of self-discovery.
Okay.
Where he went on a vision quest and to like the different parts of his mind.
I got them mixed up. I was thinking that was the one where he ended up living on Galactus for a while.
Omnipotus.
Omnipotus.
And he ended up living on Omnipotus because he was on a mission. He was on the moon and he was blowing up the CHA from when Chairface Chippendale carved his name into the moon.
Part of his name before he stopped.
Right.
It was a running joke in the series. We're spoiling it.
Huh?
And we're spoiling that.
This is a 20-year-old cartoon. If someone has not seen it by this point...
All right, in the background on the ticket during any kind of night scenes, if you see the moon has a C, an H, and part of an A carved into it from an episode when a villain was trying to carve his name into the moon and kind of got halfway done before he got foiled.
Before Tick stopped him?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's the first episode.
No, it's not is that the first?
Chairface Chippendale.
First episode was the Idea Men. I remember. Is the Idea Men.
Ooh, are you right?
What's the big idea? Well, we're gonna steal a lot of money, and then we'd never have to work again. That was the big idea, man. That was their big plot. We're gonna steal a lot of money, and we're never gonna have to work again. You fiends! You fiends.
You might be right, Rich. You just might be right.
I remember that very well because I love the Tick too.
Tick's a great show.
Yeah.
Shit. Just trying to remember. It's just incomplete. God damn it, I need to rewatch the Tick cartoon. Yeah, you do. Rich is right. That could be. I'm not discounting Rich's correctness.
Rich is 98% right all the time, which is why I might not see Star Wars 8 anymore, says Orchard Thief. I don't know that I ever said Star Wars 8 is going to be bad. I'm not super excited about it, but I'm just not that interested. Though, I'm worried about something. Like, isn't it weird that we haven't seen a big, fancy second trailer yet?
For
Episode 8. The Last Jedi.
Is it weird that we haven't seen a big second trailer yet?
Yeah.
Maybe. When does it come out?
You know, this few months, December.
What else is coming out Disney-wise?
Big?
Yeah.
Nothing. As far as I know, between now and December.
Thor? Are they? I'm trying to talk it through here. Are they not?
Why isn't Thor out yet? That's so weird.
Well, because it's not out yet. I don't know how to answer that question, Rich.
It felt like it should be a summer movie, Jack.
Summer. Movies don't need to be summer movies to be summer movies.
That's true.
Anymore. Oh shit.
Here's what I'm thinking. They don't have anything to show. No, nothing exciting to show for the big action trailer. I gotta, my thinking is,
Huh.
we're the last one was just A New Hope again.
Yeah.
This is just gonna be Empire again, and they're not showing us anything because 80% of the movie is literally just Luke talking to Rey on that planet, teaching her to be a Jedi. there's gonna be nothing exciting to see.
No, because they were still like there were trailers for Empire, right? Like
90% of that movie is gonna be Rey talking to Luke on an island. Which, hey, Empire was great, so it might be good anyway. But I don't. Maybe there's just not the big action, exciting thing to show.
It's still a Star Wars movie. There's gonna be space battles. There's gonna be fighting. My only guess is they're giving. There we go. Is that they're giving Thor some breathing room, or waiting for like. Do they have like a what do they call it? Do they have like an event happening? Like a Star Wars celebration?
Didn't they already have that? I don't know.
Because if they have some sort of celebration where they can turn it not only into a trailer but into a fan experience, like Comic-Con just happened. Oh, shit. So it's not Comic-Con. Nice. But maybe something of the like. Maybe something of the like where they're waiting, you know, they're gonna unveil it at a Star Wars extravaganza.
Chat, are they still going through with Indy 5? And is Harrison Ford still going to be in it?
I think it just got announced that Shia LaBeouf is not in it. Mutt is not featured in it.
Is Harrison Ford gonna be running around as a 70-year-old, like a 75-year-old man?
I really, really hope not. I really hope not. I don't want to see that. Right?
All right.
Are they saying yes? Are they saying that's what's going to happen?
Seems like it.
Shit. Well, get ready, Jack. I don't have to do shit, man. I have to do shit about shit. If I don't want to watch Indiana Jones, I don't have to see it.
Which they will probably de-age him.
It doesn't matter.
You can take a few years off somebody, but how are you gonna make Harrison Ford look 30 for an entire movie and have it also not look kind of creepy?
Yeah, you can de-age someone for like a scene.
Right.
How are you going to de-age his old man walk? Digitally remove his cane?
Replace Harrison Ford with Chris Pratt.
We've talked about that before.
Just make a new franchise at that point.
Yeah, and
It's just not Indiana Jones without Harrison Ford.
it could. I think it could be. I'm not as stern about that. I don't know about Pratt. I mean, Pratt would do, Pratt would do a more. He would do Star-Lord, you know, which is a bit more jokey, aloof. That's his thing.
Yeah.
Who would be good? Who would be good as an indie?
There's not many people out there like Harrison Ford.
Yeah. You would need someone not... You need someone a little more dignified than Chris Pratt, I think, to pull off an indie.
All right. All these questions of, well, whether or not it could Pratt do it, or... And no one's asking the obvious question is, why do we need this at all?
A need is a different question than will they do it, Rich.
Oh, apparently it's just an assumption that we need it.
No, it's an assumption that they're going to do it whether we need it or not. Which I think is an accurate assumption.
Then the next question is, why do I have to pay any attention to it?
You don't. You don't have to do nothing, man.
Then stop bugging me about it,
You
kids.
don't gotta do shit about shit. Okay, great. Whoa.
It makes less sense now. I mean, all the fans of the indie movies, we're all old. Make something for the kids. Make something. Kids don't care about Indiana Jones.
True. True dat. Whoa.
Kids want to see melting Nazi faces. Hey, when I was a kid, I did. That movie
Shit, yeah, that was
awesome. Once again, it was okay because it was a Nazi.
Always. Shit. Come on.
You know, the burglar who killed Uncle Ben, he gets his face melted off. And, just
he probably didn't deserve that. He probably should have gone to jail.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Any random Nazi. Yeah! Yeah!
Like, he just signed the Nazi paperwork, and he hasn't actually done any Nazi stuff yet.
He's just affiliated. He put on the uniform. And he just put on the uniform.
It's just some dude, he puts on the Nazi uniform, and he goes, you know, this looks pretty good. Face melt!
Yeah!
Yeah! Absolutely. So I see, Fritz, that you are ready to become an SS officer. Oh, I almost did it. I see, Fritz, that you're ready to become an SS officer. If you could just sign this paperwork, and we'll order your unit. Face melt!
Yeah!
Weak.
Belloc's face didn't melt. His head exploded. Belloc wasn't a Nazi. He was a Nazi collaborator, but he didn't give a shit about the Nazis. He just wanted to find that Ark. He was a sellout. But he worked with the Nazis, so I didn't care that his head exploded.
He tried on that uniform.
Now, those other guys were definitely Nazis, and their face melted. So...
Nice. Got it.
Do modern-day Nazis root for when they're watching Raiders or Last Crusade? Right. Do they actually root against, or do they actually root against Indy and his dad? That's a fine question.
Yeah, ask a Nazi.
Yeah.
That is a fine question. Do they just watch those movies and go, that Indiana Jones?
Hopefully somebody will melt their fucking face. And then it's just not an issue.
I see. I see.
All right. Where are we at? Oh, I got some catching up to do here.
Catch up, Rich!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The Riddle of Steel says, I don't want to demoralize your progress at PUBG. There is none. I'm not playing PUBG. But you need to watch a video of a guy winning while role-playing as Hitman. White shirt, no backpack or armor, only a pistol, hunting other players.
And you know, as of today, I'm officially done.
Yeah, as of today specifically.
I am officially done with PUBG.
Can I say it's odd that that game you could not recommend?
Yeah.
You were still playing it up until today.
You know what? I played like a game a day, and like, you know, because what I was really doing, I was attempting to better myself because I know we have fun streaming it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you know, if we stream it again, I don't want to horribly embarrass myself, even though I know that's where the comedy comes from.
I'll tell you what your biggest problem is.
Yeah.
It's the run out into the open to draw them out strat.
Well, listen.
That has not worked well once.
Never worked. Well, and I'm trying to learn, where it's like I had a death where I saw a motorbike, but one of those buildings where it has the lower part and the upper part where I shotgunned that guy. Saw a motorbike right next to it, so I knew a guy was right in the upper area because I could see the windows of the lower area. And so I opened the door, but I don't go in right away, hoping that he would shoot first, and while he was reloading, run in. He didn't shoot. So then I just kind of like, I'll just go in and see if I can see him. And I saw him, but I saw him too late. He was hunkered behind a desk, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, learning from this mistake, I always forget grenades. Next time I should have thrown a grenade in, should have used that more. Anyway, I'm really trying to better myself at the game. I'm playing this afternoon.
Uh-huh.
And I have a nice shotgun with the shotgun choke.
That's adorable.
What?
Oh,
he's mopping.
That's adorable.
He's mopping. He's taking time to mop while I'm telling a PUBG story. So, I land in a great spot, find a vehicle. Like, I've really learned about the early game looting, and like, you really have more time. You can find a vehicle, usually, get far away from the airplane, loot, find a vehicle, right? And I get within the circle. I have on a level 3 vest, a level 2 helmet, a coat, all this good stuff, a shotgun with the choke on it, a nice machine gun with a good scope.
Yeah.
And I'm in the second floor of this building, and I see a dude coming towards me because the circle's closing in.
Yeah.
I got this, Rich. I fucking got this. He gets close to the house, no cover. I hit him I'm on the second floor, so a ways away.
Yeah.
I hit him 3 times with my shotgun. He does not have a vest on. 3 times with my shotgun, doesn't go down. He opens my front door, so I was like, I'll just go over and finish him off. Go to the front door, hit him a 4th time with my shotgun. He hits me once with a shotgun.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
He's at the bottom he's out the door at the bottom of the stairs. I'm at the top of the stairs. 1 shot with a shotgun and I'm down. And it was so demoralizing because I felt like I was making progress in learning the game and just fucking done.
When I had to play it for the review, that's pretty much how every one of my sessions with the game ended. Rage quitting, some kind of bullshit.
Yeah. And that's how most of my sessions end, is that maybe I'll get 1 or 2 games in, but yeah, they'll always end in bullshit. And so I think I'm done with it. Maybe when the new maps come out, maybe, but I'm pretty sure I'm done with it.
Oh, they're working on new maps?
Yeah. Are you sure your aim just didn't suck? I saw the blood spurts. I hit him 4 times with a shotgun. He had no vest on. Bull hockey. Straight up bull hockey, my friends. Got one. Great. Whose idea was it for the little pig riding a Twinkie? That's Mike's joke. That was my...
That's not even a joke. Mike, I'll guarantee you Mike has no fucking idea what Adventure Time is.
That's my...
I'll guarantee it.
That was a Christmas ornament of mine. An Adventure Time Christmas ornament. And I brought it when we had brought all of our nerd stuff. And Mike made that good joke, so I let them keep the Twinkie. The pig riding the Twinkie.
I'll guarantee you Mike wasn't kidding, though.
No. Wait. Where am I supposed to go?
Anonymous says, "Hi, Jack. Will you ever return to Half in the Bag? I would love to hear your thoughts about the next Avengers and explain all the millions of things Mike and Jay don't understand or care about."
That is not a question for me.
Half in the Bag is Mike and Jay's thing.
Right. And if they invite me on, I will of course be on. But not my call, my friends.
Yeah.
Not my call at all. Oh, I see.
How old is Mike? He's somewhat younger than me. He just doesn't give a fuck about your cartoon. I'm sorry. Mike is an adult man.
What do you think? What do you think? I'm not?
Whoa. Shagahad 1897 says, "Hey, Rich and Jack.
Hi.
Are you guys planning spooky games for Spooktober? Also, will you summon Jay back from hell to partake in the spookies? Spook."
So much like me choosing whether to be on Half in the Bag, Jay chooses whether he comes or not.
He has an open invitation.
And he knows this, and a lot of times he will come and, we'll have a great...
I'm not sure I understand.
I don't know if I understand this puzzle yet either. Oh, I think I get it. Shit. A lot of this game is like Portal with grappling hooks, where you just need to figure out the room puzzle.
All right.
There we go. See that?
Okay.
Shit.
Does Jay play games at all? Not really. Probably ever so slightly more than Mike, but Mike plays them 0% of the time. Jay, it might be 0.02%.
Right? Jay's been by for like a few board game nights.
Why does Mike hate fun? Mike just finds different things fun.
Preach it, Rich. Preach it! Shit.
Shadow Swordmaster says, "Keep up the great work." Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Shadow Swordmaster. As far as spooky games, that's only half the question. That's more your thing than mine. Or you get it in your head that we need to get a spooky theme, and I'm like, all right.
Would it be spooky if we dedicate October to XCOM 2? Would that be super spooky?
We'll see. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I still didn't finish my XCOM 1 playthrough that I said I was going to finish.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, man. That would be spooky.
The streamed one, But I think people want to see the new DLC.
Of course.
So I don't know what to do. I don't know if we should stream some more of The Chosen, the new thing, or finish the old run, which I said I was going to do.
I would default to...
Wait. To clarify, I finished XCOM like dozens of times. I mean, I had a playthrough that I was streaming, and I was going to stream a full playthrough of the first XCOM. We clarify that. All right, sorry.
Gut feeling tells me War of the Chosen. More people want to see that, because they've already seen a lot of you playing XCOM. So XCOM 1, but I could be wrong. Oh, I see.
What am I waiting for? Being in the mood.
Well, for a while you were waiting to stop playing Mario Rabbids, which we were doing for the show. But we just filmed that episode. So now you have no excuse. Shit.
Seems more annoying than Flint Hook.
No. This is exactly what I wanted from Flint Hook, which is
All right.
platforming challenges revolving around a grappling hook.
Yeah.
Like Flint Hook also promised like enemy battles, which this could, but yeah, this is different beasts where all this is platforming challenges with a grappling hook, and I super dig it. Except for I'm not very good at it. Gotta time it. Gotta time it just right.
R. Miller says, I built a computer over the weekend, and it didn't post. So I've been troubleshooting for the past week, and just now got it to work. So, cheers! It's a mini ITX like Jack's.
Hey!
Congratulations, motherfucker! It's the motherboard. It's always the motherboard, right? Was it the motherboard?
I gotta let go faster. Ah, there we go.
Why'd you gotta swear, Rich? Because I swear naturally.
Swearing is Rich's default state.
Yeah.
Anything else you get is like gravy.
Is the Lego still holding up Jack's video card?
You fucking know it is.
Dr. Doom It Up says, hey guys, has either one of you seen Netflix Glow? I'm not much into wrestling, but the show gave me a much better understanding of the fascination. Got better with each episode. Huge recommendation. I started watching it with Karen, and then we got about 4 episodes in, and we didn't decide we hated it. We just kind of lost interest.
Lisa and I were looking for a show to watch.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones is over, and we'd finished up, Defenders and all the other shows, and I recommended that to her because she really likes Orange is the New Black.
Right.
And she says, actually, one of these nights you were streaming, I watched it, didn't really care for it, and I was like, oh, well then I guess I don't really care either. So, yeah, that's what I've heard about Glow. Is here's what I can tell you. I am not gonna watch any more Twin Peaks. I watched the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And I didn't really care for them.
Have you watched the original?
Love the original.
Okay.
Here's my thing. And Chad is about to beat me up, but I think I've talked about this before. I'm actually not a big David Lynch fan.
Okay.
I really like his straight-laced stuff with touches of weird, like Twin Peaks, like his like Elephant Man, which isn't a very David Lynchy film. Yeah. That's a very straightforward.
Are you going
film.
to spoil anything?
I'm
People in chat are freaking out.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
All I will say, completely spoiler-free, is this is more David Lynch than original Twin Peaks is. Okay. Original Twin Peaks is just this hard-boiled detective story with little sprinkles of David Lynch weirdness in it. He's, this is pure David Lynch, and it's too David Lynch for me.
All right.
So we watched the first episode, and we're like, well, maybe it'll get more Twin Peaksy. And then we watched the second episode, and we said, nope, this is a David Lynch movie, and I can absolutely understand why Jay, frankly, why anyone likes it who's a fan of David Lynch, because shit, is it David Lynch?
We need an expiration date on spoiler Twin Peaks spoilers.
The season just ended, and so I'll say as of next week's.
Well, if someone's been waiting to binge, you should give them time to binge.
No, okay, so not this upcoming Sunday.
Okay,
but the next Sunday.
The next Sunday
is when we can start full-blown Twin Peaks spoilers. And
that's going to be in the chat, because I haven't watched it. You've apparently only watched a couple episodes.
And I don't care. So, yeah.
Though if Jay shows up, I guess, before then, for whatever reason, then
we'll be full
game
spoilers.
on.
Absolutely.
So Sunday after next, or till the next Jay stream, whichever comes first.
Yeah. And so, I have no ill will towards anyone who likes it. I understand completely why you would like it, but I'm just not a big David Lynch fan. David Lynch loves arty and abstract, and I really like stories with a purpose and meaning, and so I didn't much care. There was a lot of really neat ideas in the first 2 episodes, but I just didn't care that much.
That's probably why we haven't had a J stream in a while, isn't it?
Well, it's been every Sunday.
Yeah.
There's been a new episode. So if he was thinking about coming on Sunday at least, so that immediately halves the amount of possible. Oh fuck! The amount of possible J. But now that it's over, we'll see.
This seems more irritating than anything else.
This is
Watching this.
Well, you got to get the right flow.
This bullshit precision. This doesn't look like a game that like you'd ever have like a nice free-flowing playthrough. Just whoops, I didn't do the pixel perfect shit.
Well, yeah, it's not a free flow playthrough kind of game.
Oh, I didn't hit that corner absolutely perfectly. Whoops.
Yeah,
it seems very irritating to play.
That's. I mean, I disagree. It's. This is the kind of game that I really can enjoy, where you just find the right thing to do, and you get the right reflexes. I would love a kind of a mix between this and Flint Hook, where there are like bigger Flint Hook levels and enemies to fight, where it can be a little more forgiving.
Okay.
But just as a puzzle platformer, I'm really down with this. Nope. It's tough, but you know what else? It's really fun swinging around. Get me some Spider-Man downloadable costume, and I'm good to go. Shit.
The Riddle of Steel says, superhero question.
Okay.
Given that Superman/Kal-El is not human, does that mean he is technically Ma and Pa Kent's pet, as opposed to their adopted child? Does this nullify his marriage to Lois? No.
What the fuck are you talking about? Pet? Pet?
The marriage thing is debatable. I don't think he qualifies as a pet, though.
A pet is that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I certainly don't think Ma and Pa Kent see him as a pet.
No. At very least, he's an illegal.
Well, the marriage thing, that's an interesting argument.
Yeah.
No, I am pro Superman being able to marry Lois Lane.
Of course.
But he isn't human.
That's what I'm saying. He's an illegal alien. He immigrated here illegally. You know what?
Well,
not to get too political. Do you know what Superman is?
Yeah.
He's a dreamer. He was brought here as a child.
You know John Bryan.
He was brought here as a child. He didn't have any say whether he came to this
John
country.
Bryan got around that.
Yeah?
Yeah, technically Kryptonians don't give birth. They grow their kids in vats.
Oh.
So when he landed on Earth, that was just basically technically his birth. He was never he was growing in his little fetal thing on his way here.
Oh, so
and then when it opens, so he is a natural born U.S. citizen, thanks to a technicality.
That's funny. So I guess like depending on the canon, right?
Right.
Depending on the canon, he might be an illegal citizen.
Ignore the fact that he looks human. Let's pretend he's got 8 tentacles and like no eyes and a stalk. He's on a big stalk.
Okay, great.
Do human laws apply to an alien?
Do human laws?
Yes.
Of course they do. You know what?
Does a dog have to follow and obey the law? A dog is not human.
Right.
I'm not saying super. There's like
the owner. But a dog doesn't have consciousness.
Just on a technical level.
The owner of a dog has to suffer the consequences if a dog breaks the law.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of times, if a dog breaks the law, it can be put down. Assuming this 8-tentacled green horrible stalk monster has consciousness, they have to follow the rules of the land. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how it works, Rich. Superman has to follow all the laws, and really, it's moot points because technically Clark Kent has a birth certificate.
So you're agreeing Superman is a pet. I'm saying if you want to argue technicalities, you might have an argument. But
he's a pet?
I certainly would say that Ma and Pa do not see Superman as being a pet. They see him as an adopted child.
Oh, of course. Well, and like I said, that's why it's really moot because they forged a birth certificate for him, and so he has all the correct paperwork. Right?
Yeah.
So, you know, as long as the world never knows he's Clark Kent, it doesn't matter. Shit.
Laws are not written for humans. They are written for persons. Clark Kent is clearly a person.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
But Superman would have to take a citizenship test and, you know, is an illegal alien.
See, if aliens ever did come to Earth, this would be the kind of question that lawyers would have to wrestle with.
Oh my
In all honesty.
Of course. And, like, one judge would have to make a call.
Yeah.
To, like, start precedent. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shit. Damn it.
And I know some of the people in the chat are talking about animals and sentience now.
Oh, shit.
Jack grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
Do you know what they do to animals on a farm?
And
if you grow up around that, just for the sake of your sanity, you have to view animals a certain way.
also, like, even like if dogs and cats have emotions or whatever, there's a big difference between like having like the ability to be happy and sentience that humans have. Let's just settle down.
And you know what? If you eat hamburgers, you have to be okay with this.
Of course. Cows are just like big dogs. That's all cows are. They're big, lovable dogs that you turn into meat.
I have just kind of accepted that cows are tasty, and I just don't think about it. In all honesty, that's how I deal with it.
Wait. Did you come with? Don't make me do this puzzle again.
What about Crypto?
The super dog?
Yeah, is Crypto sentient?
I haven't read that much Crypto. You tell me, is Crypto sentient?
I believe he is.
Like he can have a conversation with you?
Well, I don't know that he lacks the ability to talk, but mute people are sentient.
Well, you know what I meant. Like he can.
I believe you could tell Crypto to do a thing and he would understand what you were saying and be able to do it. Yes.
Is he able to?
Like, I think you could give him like complicated instructions and he would go, "Oh, okay, go do it."
So now we're talking about what's the definition of sentience. Like, is he able to make his own decisions? Is he able to care for himself? And he's a dog, you know. Like, he can't get his own food.
Super Dog could probably get his own food. Even if it meant he had to rip your throat out because he was starving and there was nothing else to eat, he could easily do it.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Rich. Shit.
You might Google what it means to be sentient, Jack.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Jesus, I am in hell watching this.
Great. Welcome to hell.
What about that cat which got a red lantern ring on its tail or something like that?
Did they?
Pretty much all animals get their own food. It's how they live. This is very accurate.
Oh, well, I mean... well... Now you're just being semantical.
Well, what did you mean?
Huh?
What did you mean?
Honestly, I was thinking like going to the grocery store. Because like that's how because I'm so removed from the farm now, that's how I think about getting. And so like to me I was like picturing like, can Crypto go to a restaurant? No. Like, you know what I mean? Like of course in nature. Jesus.
What if he could? What if he just didn't want to?
Want to what?
Go to the store.
Right. Well, I get. But basically, what I'm saying is, we're having a different conversation here, whether or not crypto. I don't know crypto's mental facilities. Is I guess.
Okay.
The point of it. I have not read any crypto comic books.
Jack, I'm supposed to tell you that there was another door to the right. Oh my god, how long have you been doing this?
Oh no, I got out of it, but then I accidentally hit a platform and I got it to the end of the puzzle, but then I accidentally did something wrong and now I'm trying to get back. Here we go. Okay, there we go. I'm waiting for someone to dig up this place and send help. Oh. See, I got her already, but...
The question you want to ask is, does Crypto have a theory of mind? Does he realize other people have thoughts of their own? I'm pretty sure Crypto does. Hasn't Crypto been depicted with, like, thought bubbles on occasion? It's like Silver Age. I don't think he really exists these days in any form we would recognize as Crypto.
What? Sure.
Saying he used to talk.
Crypto used to talk.
Yeah.
Well, see, then you got yourself a question. Like...
Then yes, he is sentient.
Right. If he's a talking dog, then it's like, all right.
Any thoughts on the original? Well, I guess there's. I don't know if I said original or not. Men in Black, the first Men in Black film. I like it a lot. I love Men in Black. Mike hates it, and I think his real reason for hating it is that he wanted to see the subject material of the mysterious Men in Black done seriously. I think Mike is upset. Is mostly just upset that it was a comedy.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was a great movie. I really liked The Men in Black. It's a fine film.
Did you guys talk about the Trevorrow's departure from Star Wars 9 yet? The director from Star Wars 9 departed the film before they even really started making... Oh, no! I don't give a fuck. It's such a stupid Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
They'll find someone else.
And honestly, like, I'm not super upset that the guy who made Jurassic World is not making another movie. Oh, darn.
Like, when I heard this news, I don't even think it, like, lit up anything in my brain. It was just something I, like, heard.
Uh-huh.
And my mind registered that as a thing I heard, but I had no thoughts about it. What does this mean for Star Wars? Like, oh, okay, that's a thing that happened. He left the film over fear of being reviewed by Plinkett.
He's got a career to think about. Yeah, I just can't care. I can't care about Colin Trevorrow.
How long have you hated Star Wars? Since 1999? See, it's not a matter of hating Star Wars, because I like the original films quite a lot.
Yeah, the original trilogy.
Yeah, the original trilogy is great.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's a very good franchise. Because most of what they've done, the vast majority of everything with the Star Wars name on it, other than the original trilogy, has been either terrible or just like a repetitive waste of time. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, we're retreading this again.
You know, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. They'll find another director. Everything will be fine. So,
I don't know if you could say I hate Star Wars, since I do like the original films.
Mm-hmm.
I like a handful of the games. Not the majority of them. But, like, everyone knows I love TIE Fighter.
Yeah. That is a thing we know about you.
As a thing to keep milking, though, I don't think the franchise is deep enough to warrant it. Because we're going to see the same shit over and over again, exactly like we have. And, you know, when they did try to do new things with the prequels, it was awful. So I just think Star Wars isn't a very good franchise, like specifically. Outcast is great. Yeah, I would label Outcast as one of the games that I like.
Jedi Outcast?
Yeah. And a lot of the things that the Star Wars fans seem to love, Jedi, 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 lightsaber, lightsaber, lightsaber,
Yeah.
doesn't do all that much for me. It's fine in smaller doses, but Jedi mythology and all the Jedi Knights, they're boring. They're boring. So I guess I am not a Star Wars fan in the sense that I don't think I like the things that Star Wars fans tend to love.
I've been here already.
I remember when I realized, oh, I'm not a Star Wars fan. It was sometime around the prequels, but it wasn't the prequels themselves that did it. At that time, as far as I was concerned, the prequels were just bad movies.
Yeah.
But I remember there was a book. I tried reading one or two of the books.
Oh, okay.
And I read, like, The Courtship of Princess Leia. I was like, oh, Han Solo and Leia flying around in the Falcon. That's going to be fun. I like The Empire Strikes Back. I want to see what they do. And they crash land on a planet full of Jedi witches. And it's Jedi, Jedi, Force, Force, Force. Then Luke shows up. And Jedi, 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 Jedi. And I was complaining that on a forum. Like, why is there always this Jedi, Jedi, Jedi shit? Well, you know, God, that's awful. And somebody's like, well, it wouldn't be Star Wars without the Jedi stuff. And I was like, I read that comment and like multiple comments agreeing with this guy. And I was just like, oh, Star Wars isn't for me. I'm not really a Star Wars fan.
Right. You know, yeah.
Yes, Jedi witches that rode Rancors. It was like the most just disgusting shit it could have possibly been.
Fan fiction.
Oh, God. And that was the book that made me realize I don't actually like Star Wars all that much as a franchise.
One of the you've said a lot of smart things, Rich, but one of the smartest is your assertion that it's a very limited universe. Star Wars. By hook or by crook, it is a limited universe.
What about Rebels, Rich? I haven't even gone out of my way to watch it.
I've seen a couple episodes of Rebels because, you know, I have kids.
I don't care. I don't care enough to seek it out.
And it's cute. It's fine. It's not the greatest, but, you know, it's fine.
Is that animated, or is that the live action thing they're talking about doing for ages?
It's animated.
Okay.
It's you know, like 3D animation, computer animation, and you know, it's a little ugly. But you know, and but it's also like about Jedis. It's not necessarily.
Oh God, they can fuck off.
You know, like it actually starts off way more interesting because it's about like a group of space. This was before there was a rebellion, and it's just about a group of pirates, like space pirates, and they find this kid on a planet, and the kid like helps them with the heist, and they're like, "Ah, come on, kid, Joe, we're space pirates. We got a Mandalorian, we got the lady with the ear thing. Ah, come on, space pirates adventure." And then like 5 episodes in, they're like, "Oh, also he's a Jedi, and you're a Jedi too now." Yep. Yeah. It was like immediately they were Jedis.
What book is Rich talking about? The Courtship of Princess Leia. Oh, it's been it. I'll see Han and Leia got hitched. Kind of fun, exciting smuggler adventure do they go on? Jedi, 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 Jedi. Force, Force, Force. Jedi, Jedi, Force, Force. Jedi, lightsaber. Rancor. It's awful.
Oh, Rancor.
Fucking awful. All right. Still behind. Oh, wow. Shagahad 1897 says, I know that Rich isn't a big horror guy, but if you two can pick your favorite horror video game, what would you go with? Just curious. Keep up the good work. Stolat? Don't know what that means. I suppose Thief gave me an actual scare back in the day, so I'm going to say Thief. Even though you can't categorize that as a horror game. I felt a palpable sense of, not dread, but creepiness playing through that.
Sure.
And unease.
That counts.
The real Netboy says, how much fun is it to buy all those Star Wars toys for Nerd Crew and write them off as a business expense? It's actually horribly embarrassing. Now, I don't buy the cream of the crop. Those are built specifically to be on a set where the joke is we have all this nerdy toy crap around. So, my criteria when buying that shit is how big is it? Like, how visible will it be? And is it cheap?
Right, because also you guys can destroy stuff, and yeah, you're not looking for the best of the best.
Like, small things have to be cheap. Big things, like, it needs to be big enough that I think it's worth the expenditure. Like, it's 50. That's pretty big. It'll be big in the frame. Then it goes. So it's not like my fantasy shopping. Did you glitch?
Ooh.
Someday there will be a speedrunner who uses this trick to bypass 2/3 of the game.
I'm gonna send this clip to the game dev. Go, excuse me. It's like I'm lost anyway, and I don't know I don't know where to go. I'll use my pocket teleporter.
I remember being in line for that first load of toys we got for the Nerd Crew set, and just guy was like, someone really likes Star Wars, and just like, oh god. How embarrassing is this?
I'm sorry, Rich. I'm sorry that you're embarrassed by your profession.
J Fresk 2 says, hey guys, late for the stream. I was playing Strafe and died at the final boss. That permadeath is bullshit. Anyways, Jack, how far have you made it into Twin Peaks? Which we answered not too long ago.
No, that's fair. I got 2 episodes in, and it's far too David Lynchy for me. So it is what it is, my friend.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
Holocaust denier in the chat. Ban or timeout?
Is it a joke? Can I see it?
It was this one.
Ban.
Like ban?
Yeah, ban.
Ban?
Ban. We don't got time for that shit.
All right.
Listen, we don't got time for that shit. If it's a joke, it's a bad enough joke to get a ban. Yep, you gone. Did you ban him?
Yeah.
Great. Gone. Sorry, son. We ain't got time for that shit.
Hopefully somebody melts his fucking face off. All right. As far as the permadeath and strafe, and that kind of makes it exciting, though.
Permadeath is being bullshit? I mean, in Strafe, yeah. In any game, in any roguelike, permadeath is what makes the win worth it.
I love permadeath in games.
It can work in some games, you know. It can, and you know, in a game like Strafe, man, yeah, you get to that final boss, and dog, you win in Strafe, and you win. That's an earned win.
Chad, I'm aware that they might just be trolling. Either way, I'm glad to see them gone.
That's you know what that is right there? Not a troll worth trolling, my friends.
West Coast 76 says, I hate Illinois Nazis. Fine reference. I think we can both agree with Elwood Blues on that one.
Everybody hates Illinois Nazis. What? Nice. Shit. Ha.
All right. Faradin 2772 or 2772 says, "Hey Rich, I don't drink, so I know your pain. Here's a few bucks to maybe try Cheer Wine if you like a good cherry soda. Also, what do you think of my illustration? Happy to do more." Which illustration is yours?
Did you do our new background image?
If you're talking about the new background image, we made it our new background image because I liked it.
Yeah.
So,
we're with you, Mr. Glitch, who says, "Fuck those shitty Nazi LOL edgelord fuckheads." There's a time, I think, in everybody's life where you hit that, like, I'm just gonna say something that's gonna get people riled up.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, it's a phase that people got to get through. And I'm sorry if we're not being helpful. We're being helpful getting you through that phase by making sure you know that that's unacceptable here. Get through that phase. It's obnoxious.
We were joking around about melting Nazis' faces off earlier. And
Yeah.
I still love watching Nazis get their faces melted off, but that was like an hour ago.
Yeah.
If you're still talking about it now, yeah, you're doing something wrong. Fuck it. I'm moving on. I'm done with that.
Great.
Anonymous says, do you think the Indiana Jones movies could work with different actors and different stories in the same way the James Bond movies have worked? I don't personally think so, but I'm not going to say I can't be proven wrong.
I think they could. I think they could without a doubt. Without a fucking doubt.
And I am far less certain.
Hey, Harrison Ford's great, and those original Indiana Jones movies.
Indiana Jones, in and of himself, is not a strong enough character. It's all Harrison Ford that makes that work.
Don't you get it? That's what makes him replicable. James Bond is not necessarily a strong character.
If that were true, any of the hundreds of Indiana Jones knockoff movies in the 80s would have been successful.
They weren't as good.
Do you remember National Treasure?
I never saw National Treasure.
Do you remember King Solomon's Mines?
The thing that makes it replicable is that he's such a stock character.
Do you
Put
remember
someone
the Tomb?
else in there? Oh God. It worked. It worked for James Bond. It can work for Indiana Jones.
It was kind of riffing on that iconic character though, because Indy was kind of fallible. Unlike your generic 1940s serial man, American man, does everything right. He knows what works in the world. He's a tough guy. Indiana Jones will have shit blow up in his face. Things will go wrong.
Yeah.
He'll get punched in the face and he'll do that Colin rubber face thing. He's fallible.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think too much of Indiana Jones is Harrison Ford making it work.
Possibly. Possibly, but I really think it could be. I think it could be, and I think it should be.
It's a balancing act between badass, charming, and goofy.
Yep, I think it could be, and I think it should be. I would, an Indiana Jones sequel remake thing is going to happen. I would much rather see the torch handed off to a different actor playing Indiana Jones than old Indiana Jones.
Just because they're going to make it doesn't mean it's going to work.
And that's also true.
Or that it's even a good idea.
Can't they both be true?
Now, once again, I could be proved wrong. I'm not super excited about the idea, though. I think it's okay to let franchises lie. Let sleeping franchises lie.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
We don't have to keep making everything until we want to throw up. This is why we still have Alien movies. I mean, it was shocking they made 2 Alien films work.
That was kind of magic.
Now they've been dragging that franchise through the broken glass for the last 20 years. Sometimes you get Mad Max Fury Road.
It's true.
Well, here's the question, though. Was it Mel Gibson that made those movies work, or was it just the world?
Was it George Miller?
Was it George Miller? Yeah.
And what we've probably learned is that it was George Miller. And like I said, I think that's another thing. That's Indiana Jones is Spielberg. Of course, so was Crystal Skull. But
keep beating that dead horse. Look, I answer the questions we get asked.
It's the chat that beats the horse. Nope.
Renaissance Caveman says, catching up on streams at work. All the Friday the 13th streams inspired me to watch every one of the movies over Labor Day weekend. Here's a couple of bucks for being the best part of the franchise. Thank you very much. It's a nice backhanded compliment to Friday the 13th. So nice.
I'll take it.
The Riddle of Steel says, Crypto has super canine intelligence equal to a human, according to Wikipedia. Don't the deaf-mute get rights? It's about humanity. Guess my Superman pet question wasn't so silly, huh?
Well, yeah. Now that if Crypto has the intelligence equal to that of a human, then absolutely Crypto deserves human rights. Absolutely.
What show movie scared you most when you were baby rich? Says Philadelphia. Night of the Living Dead by a mile. The creepy concept of all of the corpses everywhere just getting up and trying to eat people, combined with the fact that there is nowhere to run and you are absolutely doomed. Oh, God. Easily Night of the Living Dead. I couldn't watch those movies for years.
That's very surprising to me.
Yeah.
But I'm, a fine pick.
And when I did watch those movies, like later on, I was older, a little bit older, I just get this sense of dread and awfulness afterwards. It's like, oh, why did I watch that?
Yeah. That's a depressing movie.
Like Jason, you just leave Camp Crystal Lake and you don't look back. Right. Jason's very easy to avoid. The zombies who are everywhere and they're never going to leave your front door until they get in, that's horrifying. Absolutely horrifying.
I'm with you. I am with you, Rich. I also have no idea where I'm supposed to go. I have no idea where I'm supposed to go.
Melee combat and tear zombies apart? There are millions of them! Billions by the time it gets out of control! You're fucked!
Oh yeah, that's the greatest part of any zombie movie or TV show. There's no winning.
Right!
That's the whole point of a zombie movie, is the slow realization that even if you can hold them off for a little bit, it ain't mean shit.
Jason can follow you to New York. Then you get on a plane and you go to Bangladesh. And then by the time Jason walks to the other side of the earth, you know, walking down the ocean through the trenches and gets there, then you just fly back to New York. You can give Jason the runaround for quite some time.
Oh, listen, if you're working with the proper authorities, you can put Jason in a strong enough box to contain him.
And walking through populated areas, Jason's gonna catch the notice of some kind of government agency sooner or later. First the police. And then once they realize they have something supernatural on their hands, the government's gonna get involved. Somebody is going to shove Jason in a containment cell.
Yep.
And start probing him with needles.
Are you kidding? They're gonna Hulk bomb him. They're gonna gamma bomb him. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna show him pictures of like terrorists having unprotected premarital sex and drop them into war zones. Look, see these terrorists? Yeah, they're smoking pot, Jason. Go take care of them. Shoot him into space. What? For those who don't know, a running storyline in the Hulk books was that the government used Bruce Banner as something they called a gamma bomb. Which, what they would do is...
What run was this? When was this?
I want to just say it was in a book called Hulk.
Oh, so it was one like special thing.
Yeah, it was one
okay.
It was one special. It was actually a really good series, and it was just called Hulk, I think. And it was just Bruce Banner being incredibly depressed, and we found out why is because what they would do, the government would take Bruce Banner, the human, throw him out of a plane without a parachute over a war zone. So that he would hulk up from stress alone, destroy the area, and then as soon as he passed out, they'd scoop him up again. And they would use him as something they called the gamma bomb. It was a really good story. Very good story.
Wubrex says, hey guys, love the stream. Did you guys ever see or care about the Half-Life 2 Episode 3 plot leak? Are you upset at Valve for never finishing the series and leaving it on a cliffhanger? Well, it's always upsetting when something story-based gets left on a cliffhanger. I've not heard anything about any leaks, though.
So basically, Valve has admitted that...
They've admitted that it's dead.
It's dead, and...
Why? Here's the question, why?
Because they're on to other things now. There's bigger moneymakers than games.
You think just for people having good faith in the company, they would at least slap it together.
They have Dota 2 and Steam and Counter-Strike and everything else they do. I said basically. They basically admitted. They did not admit anything official.
Yeah.
But after a slew of non-announcements, one of the writers leaked what the script was going to be.
Yeah.
And that was basically them saying it's never going to happen. Here's the script.
Yeah.
And, you know, really, the thing I'm most upset about is this whole gaming in episodes thing was their idea to prove that you can make games shorter and therefore faster. And they have disproved their own theory, which I guess is fine, right?
Yes, chat, I know Valve makes their money as a distribution platform. You think I'm stupid? Yeah, I get that. But they seem like cool dudes.
Yeah.
You know, Gabe Newell, he seems like a cool dude. You think that even if we're farmed out to somebody else, they could have had that completed.
Of course, and that's why Gabe and the people at Valve are such cool dudes.
Yeah?
Because they won't put it out until it meets their standards, and it doesn't, and it probably never will.
For the record, this is why I avoid serialized content until it's finished, because it frequently never gets finished.
Yeah.
So I have people ask me, have you seen Lost? And I say, no. Is Lost done? Yes. Was it good? All said and done? No. Okay.
Well, that's debatable. There's some bad seasons. I think some of it's worth it.
You miss out on a lot of good things that way, like Firefly. I also avoid a shitload of heartbreak. I can't stand unfinished stories. Hate it. Hate it.
Gotta watch Firefly, man. Gotta watch it. Gotta watch it. Beefcake, you heard the sigh. I'm not bored with this game. I don't know where to go. I'm lost in the game. And the sigh was because I am enjoying the game. I really like this kind of puzzle platformer. And I cannot for the life of me figure out where to go.
Rich is scared to fall in love. Rich is too smart to let himself fall in love easily and for bad reasons. Rich doesn't buy into that. It's not the destination, it's the journey. Bullshit.
Yeah, but then you're not going to go anywhere. Boom! I don't know. That's what I had.
You don't go anywhere if there's no destination. Then you're just going in circles, or you fall off a cliff. Because there isn't a proper destination. We're talking about Half-Life 3 being unfinished. There's specifically no destination there, Jack.
Yeah, but then you won't go anywhere because you don't care about the journey.
Unless I wait and is it done? Oh, it's done. Okay. Then I can get my fucking hopes up. Give it a shot.
Sometimes the journey's worth it, Rich. Sometimes.
Oh, God.
I think I figured out what I have to do.
Yes, Banefield Death, the road needs to lead somewhere.
Sometimes the road leads to the road, man. The road leads to the road.
Then why are you on it?
Because maybe it's a pretty road. I don't know. Lots of reasons.
You know, Half-Hearted says, hey, fellas. Jack.
Yeah.
Have you ever had your kids play older system games? I work with at-risk kids and brought them my Nest today. One could get past level 1 in Mario 3.
Nice.
All lost to Glass Joe and Punch-Out.
Really?
How old, though? Because when I was like... How old would I have been? 7? 6? I lost to Glass Joe.
Sure.
And Punch-Out.
Sure. Yeah, we have some older consoles that they like playing. We have a Super Nintendo that they love to play.
What year was Punch-Out? 88? 87? Not 88, that was way too late. Like 80, 86, 85? Metalocalypse is still a great show, despite not having an ending. Yeah, it's disappointing that it doesn't have an ending, though. I don't like that. Besides, Metalocalypse was always a weekly situational comedy that kind of had some kind of story thing going on in the background, but that story thing was itself largely a joke.
Right, it's a series, like you're not disappointed that you never got a conclusion from Columbo.
Right.
Like that you don't need. Yeah, Metalocalypse was a show you don't really need a story wrap up for.
I would like to have one, honestly. But the long-running story teases, they felt more like jokes than an actual thing that meant something.
Right. Damn it. I feel like I know what I have to do here. But also that I don't. You can break these rocks if you run into them fast enough. And so what I'm trying to do is go off the jump and then fling myself around the corner hard enough to break these rocks. Just so people understand what it is I'm trying to do.
Why are people have such a hard-on to convince me I need to accept it's the journey, not the destination bullshit? I'm not telling them not to enjoy what they want to enjoy. We're talking about what I like in my fiction.
Oh, sure. Well, because it goes on to bigger themes than just the things you enjoy in your fiction. That's life advice, and they just want to make sure, Rich, that you are reaching your full potential.
We're talking about fictional stories, not life. If we're talking about life always has a shitty ending. Well, it doesn't matter what you do. Life ends shitty.
Well, it doesn't have to. I mean, you can...
We're talking about fiction.
Life doesn't have to end shitty. You die, but maybe you're okay with that.
You need to play Half-Life, Rich. I'll tell you what. I will play the entire Half-Life series once Half-Life 3 comes out.
Have you ever
once they finish episode 3, I'm down.
Have you played any Half-Life?
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I missed it when it first came out. For whatever reason. I forgot what it was.
I think you talked to me about that, where it was just like your computer wasn't up to snuff. Or...
I thought about it since. I was thinking it was Quake 1 era, but Half-Life 2, I think that... I mean, not Half-Life. Half-Life 1, that came out after Quake 2. And I know I had a decent... At least a halfway decent PC when Quake 2 came out. So I probably could have run it.
Okay.
For whatever reason, it passed me by. I was much younger back then, and a $50 purchase for a game was a bigger deal.
Sure. I can see that.
When Half-Life when Half-Life 2 came out, very specifically, I did not like the DRM. I still bitch about Steam and it basically being DRM. And I did not want to play Half-Life 2 because I couldn't own it. You still can't.
Oh, sure.
Now, you can't game these days without just dealing with this fact that you don't actually own any of the games that you buy.
Right. But back in the day, you were making a mindful protest.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is why I support GOG.com.
Mm-hmm. GOG's great.
Good old games. They sell games digitally that are DRM free. Please, if you're going to buy something and it's available on Steam and GOG, buy the GOG version.
Also, itch.io.
Itch.io?
Itch.io. They specialize in indie games, something of this ilk, but they also will sell you DRM free games. Yeah. If that is what you are interested in. I tried to buy this game on Itch first, but then I forgot some passwords and it was a hassle, so I just bought it on Steam instead.
Yeah.
It was way easier.
You could buy Half-Life 2 on the orange box for the Xbox 360 and own it. Yeah, but I'm not playing a first-person shooter with a fucking gamepad.
Oh, how many times have we been through that, right? Come on. Get it together.
That's just not happening.
That's how I played my Half-Life 2.
That would prevent me from enjoying the experience, making it a moot point.
That was my first experience with Half-Life 2 and Team Fortress 2. So many hours in both on my 360.
Zach of the Axis says, if Mike wants a serious Men in Black story, he'd love the SCP Foundation. Thousands of articles about containing the paranormal with hundreds of authors, including internet darling Max Landis. And me. Yeah, I usually don't tell Mike what to read or do in his free time, but I've read some of the SCPs. Some of them are really neat. Lots of them are bad, but that's the nature of like a crowd-written fictional universe.
Sure. You know, speaking of Max Landis, he said Max Landis, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mr. Max Landis, I finally saw something that Max wrote.
Yeah.
I've probably talked about this before a couple times. I have never seen any one of Max's movies. And sometimes I feel bad about that because, you know, he came here to hang out with us for a bit. And but I finally watched Dirk Gently. And you know what? The pilot is pretty bad.
Yeah.
But it gets better.
Okay.
And I'd say it's pretty darn good.
All right.
The one big problem.
Yep.
Two. There's two big problems.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Dirk is a little annoying.
Okay.
Which I think they're trying to do purposefully because Dirk, you know, Dirk Gently in the books at least is annoying, and so he's playing him up. To Max, from what I've been able to gather, is really bad at writing dialogue. Every character, especially in the pilot, if you watch the pilot, every character talks exactly like Max Landis. And it's really upsetting because, like, an old cop talks like Max Landis, and Dirk Gently does, and Elijah Wood, and a young hip black lady. They all talk like Max Landis, and it gets a little much.
Okay.
Because Max is a verbose fellow. But as the series goes on, all the I think more of the actors kind of find their base.
Yeah.
And actually tone down some of Max's dialogue a little bit. And I think it's actually pretty good. It's a good, like, his stories are neat. What's happening in the show is actually pretty compelling.
Okay.
So
I haven't seen it. I cannot comment. I don't mean to be like, I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, no, and it's the first thing of Max's that I've ever watched, and I was like, oh, you know what? Not as bad as I was expecting. No offense.
Oh wow,
Max, but
backhanded, so backhanded.
You know, I was really worried after the pilot.
Max's dad made Blues Brothers 2000. Well, look, he also made Blues Brothers 1980, so it kind of balances out.
He also made
Clue. Well, no, we produced, I think, Clue. He didn't direct it.
He also made some classic comedy. Like, he made Coming to America, right?
Yeah. Coming to America, Thriller.
Did he also do Trading Places?
American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
He's done 1,000 good films.
Who the fuck cares if he did Blues Brothers 2000?
Right.
He's made up for it.
People want to be assholes. They want to be assholes.
Stop being an asshole. He made up for it. You know, with all the other great movies he made.
Also, that's his dad, not him. We mentioned that.
That's what we were talking about.
You need to clean out your ears, son.
That's literally what we were talking about. Is the things his dad did. Shit. Why can't I?
Rich, that was your joke. Oh, well, that's me being an asshole. Oh, wait. That wasn't even my joke. I think that was somebody else had that line, and I just said it.
Blues Brothers 2000?
For the best of the worst with him.
Oh, I don't remember. I very much don't remember Rich. I know.
I mean, I said it. Wasn't my idea.
One of Max's joke that he kept on repeating was like just giving his dad credit for a bunch of films that he didn't make.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny. My dad directed Home Alone.
Right, right.
Oh, but here's the thing about Dirk Gently. Good show overall. The main bad guy for Dirk Gently talks exactly like Mr. Plinkett. Exactly.
Can you just hire Mike?
And here's the thing. There was a little behind the scenes where he was talking about the voice. Max took credit for the voice. He was talking to the interview lady, and he goes, the voice that he's doing is actually just a voice that I would do to him. I would tell him that voice, and I would just talk to him in that voice all the time, and to make sure, you know, like, so like he's just doing an impression of me doing the voice. He did not give proper credit. Just putting that out there. At least in the one thing that I saw him talk about the voice, and he did not put out proper credit, and it is clearly Plinkett. Clearly, almost to the point where it's distracting watching, because it's clearly Plinkett. We're talking about Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency on BBC America. Written and produced by Max Landis.
You want to pause and read some more names?
Sure. Let me just get through this area. There we go. YouTube drama. It's not YouTube drama. It's Hollywood drama. He's Hollywood now. But overall, it's a very good show. I recommend it. If you're into kind of the like fantasy sci-fi, like a Doctor Who-ish,
yeah.
It's really enjoyable. It's fun.
Okay.
It's like hipster Doctor Who. That might not be a selling point for anyone.
No.
That's it's probably not a selling point for anyone.
Turn dozens of people off.
Sorry.
The series.
Well, shit. Good night, Trevor.
I'm gonna catch up in reading some subscriber names here.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna read some subscriber names here. Like
we're not done for the night. We're shaking it up a little bit. We're interspersing the names throughout rather than having a 60-minute segment at the end of our stream where we read names.
Right.
Humberto Cabbage Patch for 32 fucking months in a row says, "Love the new emotes."
Are they Rich? Have you seen the new emotes?
I've seen some of them. They're using them.
I made a mad, a strats, and then a bush and a trap.
Yeah.
So we could have mad bush.
Are they
strats.
separate ones now, not a conjoined?
Because at first we had the conjoined one, just mad trap strats.
I think I saw these and I had an issue. The mad, which way is the mad slanted? All right.
Mad is slanted on this angle.
Mad needs to be slanted on this angle, like a trap. Mad strats.
But it's not just mad trap strats, because it's also my mad bush strap.
I understand that, but
See.
for when it is mad trap strats, it should be this slanted.
But I wanted to make it enough so you could do like mad Tums strats, boom, and have Tums in there too, because I made the Tums.
Well, sure, but then all right.
I wanted to make it so you could put anything in between the mad strats, Rich.
Chat, what is your opinion on the mad slant? No, Rich, that's stupid. Well, damn.
Wow. So first of all, settle down.
That'd be neat if it were like a trap.
Mad Tim strats, right? Mad clown strats, like. The only problem is strats is a little bit longer word than mad, so you can read mad really easily, but strats is a little harder to read. I was trying to find that right balance, but.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm glad you guys appreciate it. I got Tums. That was the most requested one. We got the bush, we got the trap, we got the mad, we got the strats.
What do the Tums look like? I have not seen a Tums yet.
Hey everybody, let's have a Tums festival, okay? Tums festival now.
Oh, I see it. Okay. I thought that was like an energy drink or some kind of can.
Tums festival.
Okay, I can see it now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
glad you love the new emotes, Humberto Cabbage Patch. How about Gawog has
a horrible glory for 34 fucking months in a row says, "Am I the only one who thinks the Orville looks like down Periscope in space?"
No, down Periscope looked like garbage.
I don't remember down Periscope.
You don't? Was that Kelsey Grammer?
Wasn't that one of the '90s military life comedies?
Yeah.
Like Sergeant Bilko and
Yeah.
what was the one with Bruce Campbell? McHale's Navy.
McHale's Navy. Down Periscope, I think, had Kelsey Grammer in it.
Okay, that sounds
Possibly
familiar.
Rob Schneider. But you know what? You could say that about any one of those movies. Maybe it had Rob Schneider in it.
I like Sergeant Bilko.
Well, it's Steve Martin.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's something.
Lloyd Beats for 36 motherfucking months in a row. Where's the confetti button?
Oh.
Thing all the way on the other side of the...
Woo!
Woo! I'm back. Thank you very much. It says, and that's 3 years.
That's it. That's
Thank you,
3
Lloyd
years. Be heard.
Roustus.
Master Kenobi for 39 motherfucking months in a row. Master Kenobi 007 is who that was. Says, thanks for all the larfs, fellas. Rich just finished XCOM Enemy Within. Loved the new missions. And the MECs. And the MECs?
Mechs.
Oh.
Yeah.
That makes way more sense. Now playing XCOM 2 and also playing Mario XCOM. It's a good time
It is.
for turn-based
Oh, it's very
strategy.
good. Very good.
Absolutely.
Probably going to crank open that War of the Chosen soon.
Listen, anytime you're ready, Rich. We have nothing else on the docket after that. That's why I'm playing some games for me today, just because you're going to be playing XCOM 2 for a goddamn month.
Joe Kitty 001 says, hey, all. Thanks for all the streams.
You're welcome. Free Schnurbart ride?
Schnurbart. I'd say Schnurbart.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Free Schnurbart ride.
Bentham 99.
Dots85 says, get your fucking fingers out of my fucking wallet.
Are my fingers up your wallet, or are you shoving your wallet up my ass? I didn't force you to do anything, God damn it.
You're kind of shoving your wallet in our fingers. And our fingers are there. You're the one.
Look, my ass doesn't mind when you shove your wallet up my ass. It's fine. I'm just saying your analogy is flawed.
You're the one that brought your ass into this, Rich. Usury name for 34 fucking months in a row.
Mr. Shieldsy says, what?
Doppelganger 90.
Balking Barrel.
Jabba 12000.
12,000. People get upset. We just say the numbers. We gotta say it properly, Jack.
No guarantees.
Deadly Habit.
P. Dills.
Neebly.
Thank you for subscribing. We really appreciate it.
And now we will continue the stream. This is the new way of doing things. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it works, or if people are just like, "Why do you stop in the middle? 5 minutes to read names. Why do you do that?" We'll see. We'll see how that goes over.
Right, we'll see. Because, I mean, of course they're going to complain about it. People will complain. Complainers going to complain.
Jerk Wild Live says, "Here's $5.
Shit.
I like you morals to date. So far, I don't know you." I like you morals to date. I'm trying to make sense out of that, and it's not happening. But thank you. But thank you very much.
Rich, I don't think that makes any sense.
Yeah. Anonymous says, what's your opinion on using a time machine to visit dinosaurs? Huge mistake. That sounds like a butterfly effect nightmare. Just breathing the air would have major disruptions on the flow of time as we know it, and suddenly Homo sapiens didn't even evolve.
Oh yeah, it could be a nasty flop.
Just by disrupting the air patterns. Oh,
are you kidding? Like, we're so full of germs that they're not used to. Like, if If we sweat,
Not even that, Jack. Not even that. We're talking about hundreds of millions of years.
Yeah.
Like 165? What was the asteroid? That's a long time for a butterfly effect to get completely and utterly out of control.
absolutely. When you land, you're going to step on something that was a great ancestor of ours and completely fuck us. Haven't you seen that Simpsons episode?
Okay. Jay Fresk2 says, "Hey Jack,
Hi.
just letting you know that Valiant made a Friday the 13th inspired comic in the Bloodshot comic universe. A Bloodshot test subject lived at Silver Lake and was believed to be a serial killer."
Oh. I know you're that Bloodshot cosplayer, and I know you love Bloodshot. I just don't care about Bloodshot. I'm so sorry. I like a lot of what Valiant does, but I just don't. I don't have it in me to care about Bloodshot. And I'm very sorry.
You would have trouble breathing back then. There was more CO2. You would need to be wearing some sort of environmental suit then. You're still going to cause a massive butterfly effect just setting foot on the ground.
Oh no, where's that guy?
You do not take that risk. It's insane.
It's insane.
All right, Renaissance Caveman says, "One of my all-time favorites was a sci-fi western hybrid canceled by Fox far too early. Don't know if I've ever heard you talk about it. Any thoughts on the adventures of Briscoe County Jr.?" I haven't seen it, honestly. I might enjoy it. I know it's a Bruce Campbell adventure comedy.
Oh, I've seen that a little bit. It was cheesy.
I remember. I think I watched the pilot, and I wasn't in love. I didn't hate it. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. He's a cowboy.
Yeah, he's a cowboy. I just remember, like, one of the episodes I saw, like, he made a joke about getting food while still on his horse, and he called it a drive-through window, and I was like, it's cute.
Huff-Hearted says, "Hey, Rich. The ones who sucked at Punch-Out were teens. Oh my god. Also, I know it's late, but you and you alone have me hyped for the Han Solo movie. I'm making a bingo card with your predictions. Disney owes you." You're welcome. I can't see a teenager, even if they've never seen an NES before, not beating Glass Joe.
Different time, man. It's a different time.
Have they played any game before?
Didn't he say they were special needs kids?
Well, then that's different.
He might have said that. There was something about the kids he was watching. Name 3 videos on the shelf in the background.
Like without looking?
Ninja Hunt, Twin Dragon Encounter, Karate Cop. What?
So I'm wondering if I can name 3 of them without looking, and I don't know that I can.
Yeah?
Well, Bloodsport, I don't know if that's actually on the shelf. I know we have it. Bloodsport. What's that treasure one I see all the time? It's a big fat box. Something Treasure Hunters, but I don't remember the name. Oh, god damn it. You'd think I could just find just 3, Jack. Just 3.
Rich, you could put 2 random words together that have to do with ninjas and killing.
That's a big fat lie.
You could.
That would be a big fat fucking lie, and I would be a fraud.
No, do it. Just put 2 random words together.
That would be like the Pascal's wager, Jack. It'd be lies.
Death Ninja. I bet we have something called Death Ninja. Deadly Assassin. Ninja Assassin. Silent Killer.
China O'Brien's probably on there somewhere.
Silent Killer is right there, Rich, and I just made that up. Kill Ninja, I'm sure. Cyborg Samurai, that's got to be on there.
Others on that shelf, so probably No More Baths is on that shelf. The Sextet. Here.
I know. You know what? I know what's on. I know something that's on that shelf.
Oh.
Only because I was looking at it earlier when we were doing the episode.
Yeah.
Is Lady Dragon with Cynthia Rothrock.
Yeah. Anyway.
Lady Dragon.
Hold on.
Might be Lady Dragon 2.
Space Cop isn't on that shelf? Space Cop wouldn't be on that shelf. Those are best of the worst movies on that shelf.
Space Cop's too good for that shit.
Unwatched best of the worst movies specifically. Have you seen this?
What? She looks like death.
She quite honestly looks like she's in her 70s. Mae West, in presumably her 70s, starring in a romantic comedy opposite. Look who's in that. Nope, next to him. I'm pretty sure that is a young Timothy Dalton.
Oh my
With a
God.
70-year-old Mae West.
I thought you were pointing to Dom
Nope.
DeLuise. I thought she was opposite Dom DeLuise, which that is Dom DeLuise.
Uh-huh.
You are absolutely right. That is Timothy Dalton, and a corpse of Mae West. Here, hold on. You guys can't really see this because you're out of focus, but I will get you in focus.
Wait. We have
See that? Is that in focus?
enough. Tilted it more the other. Yeah.
Look at that.
Now get it closer range. So. No.
How's that?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. All right. Hold on. Now I gotta get you back in focus.
Yeah.
There we go. Look at how amazing that was. It's really difficult to find your way around this game. I need to let everyone know that.
Yeah. Thardiga says, "Evening, Rich and Jack. Gaming journalists are complaining about the difficulty of games. Critical question. As game reviewers, should game journalists only focus on games they are good at or get good?" I think as a game reviewer, you express your opinion on the game.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with whether or not you're good at a game.
If it's not a genre you like, as long as you give your reasons for why you don't like it,
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
It's like any other criticism. If you are a food critic who is well known to not like seafood, then you just know not to trust their opinions on a seafood dish. It's any other criticism. I don't know why people often get this shit up in their craw about game journalists, and it's just like, settle down.
As far as games being like difficult, look, a game reviewer specifically might not like a difficult game because it's his job to review the fucking game, and he wants to finish the game so he can write the review. And a 40-hour game for a game reviewer, a game journalist, might be 40 hours that he has to put up with rather than 40 hours that he's enjoying.
Sure.
I will flat up admit when I haven't finished a game or we haven't finished a game.
Of course.
And if I didn't finish the game because I didn't want to, there was probably a reason for it.
Right. Well, and that just means like, yeah, you know, wasn't that into it. Sometimes. No. Everyone's been up on that. Like, have you seen the Cuphead tutorial thing going around the internet?
Yeah.
Everybody's been up on that guy. And, you know, most of us figured it out before he did. That being said, I've been reading some really good threads from a game developer's perspective.
Yeah.
And them saying like how difficult it is to write that tutorial stage, because for you as the developer, you've been playing the game for months.
Yeah.
And then usually you wait till the end to write the tutorial stage. And actually the consensus among game developers whom I follow was that it was a poorly designed tutorial stage.
For which game we're talking about? I lost
Cuphead.
Cuphead. Oh, okay.
Have you seen it?
We haven't played it yet. We should.
No. Have you seen the viral clip of the games journalist not being able to get past the tutorial stage in Cuphead? Oh, that's I'm sure what that's going what that comment is about. So it's this clip of a journalist not knowing how to jump and dash to get over a thing.
Yeah.
Even though it says so it gives a little thing that says, you know, press A to jump and you jump over a thing, right? And then the next one is an even taller thing and it just says dash. So the journalist tries to like dash, tries to jump dash, even though what you actually have to do is get on the original thing you jumped over, jump and dash to get off the higher one. You'll figure it out right away. The moral of the story is, it could have been an off day for the games journalist. It was a poorly designed tutorial level. Someone in the chat linked to that.
I don't know why anybody would trust game journalists in this day and age. I really don't.
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't know. Between that, you remember the Doom thing where the gameplay footage they could barely play Doom?
No, I don't know this.
There's footage of a game dev who was just terrible at, not a dev, I mean a journalist, like terrible at Doom.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh. No, I don't. First of all, I don't remember that.
I don't know. So these are people who are dependent upon these people who make games to get early copies. How can you trust what they say, Jack?
I don't.
You need EA support to keep going. Like how do you trust that person's opinion when he reviews an EA game?
That's the craziest thing about this to me is like I never had like, you know, like I'll watch reviews and enjoy them, but like I would never take someone's word for it, you know, like it's just the entertainment. It's just like talking about a game.
I will trust any just random normal person their opinion on a game before I will trust an IGN review.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you get to know someone and you get to know their tastes. And you say, oh, you know what? Our tastes line up a lot. I'll listen to that person.
Like remember for Axis, they offered us, was it Alpha Centauri? We didn't do it because I was uncomfortable with the concept. They wanted to give us an early copy of Alpha Centauri.
Not Alpha Centauri.
What was the one they did? The space one.
The space one, yeah.
Space Civilization.
Yeah. Well, because they were just fans, and they're like, "Hey, I hear you're doing game stuff."
Oh, I trust that he was just a fan and wanted to do something nice, but like, I can't do a review on a game you give me.
Right.
I can't do that.
Right. That opens a lot of floodgates.
Do you remember? Do you remember what the thing you were talking about? Basically a 7. Like shit like that.
Yes, yeah, that's basically a 7. That video is so poignant about like.
Well, do you remember who the name of the person who did? We should plug that video.
Sure, yeah, Stir, a YouTuber named Star.
Yeah.
I want to say it's Star _ did a video called Basically a 7. And it was the crux of the video was about this old Jackie Chan like PlayStation 1 game.
Yeah.
That got a 7, and he plays through it, but he talks about like all the games that get a 7, and like how you can take that and extrapolate it to when you don't want to be really mean to a game because you have to keep a good relationship with the people who make the games. Yeah. Shit.
Explicitly tell them you're almost guaranteed to rip the game apart beforehand, then say whatever you want. All right. We are human beings, though, and I know despite the fact that I seem like I can be a huge asshole, right?
Yeah.
The minute the fan of ours from Firaxis starts giving us free games, I'm going to feel guilty if we want to tear one of those games apart. At that point, I'm going to feel bad. And that will affect the review. That will affect what I have to say about the game.
Yeah.
Business and friends don't mix. I just think it's a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why Rich works for Mike. Look, it could be potentially awkward, yeah. It could be.
Yeah,
it could be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like that's a minefield.
Conceivably, there'll be a time a few years from now I'll be looking back and be saying, that was a huge mistake.
Maybe. Maybe. There's always a risk when you mix, and it's not just friends, family too. Like if you mix business with friends or family, there is always a chance that something will go horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah, so basically, I have a hard time trusting any kind of large-scale gaming reviews opinion.
Shit. As you should, Rich. As you motherfucking should. Oh no, fuck. I'm with you. I'm with you 100%.
Evil Lord David says, hey guys, David here. When Prereq gets too many subscribers,
Yeah.
I suggest drawing names out of a box and stoning one of us to death each month to cut down on reading time. Jack can use his firecrackers. Look, I'm not complaining about the number of subscribers. I'm just seeing if this is maybe a better way to read names.
Absolutely. Like we should always. Oh, that was an awesome little swingy levels. That's what I wanted. We're always looking for ways to improve the product for you fine folks. And sometimes it's as easy as a nice new camera. Sometimes it's something that we need to work at. Like a nice new camera that doesn't work.
I mean, I ideally, perfect world, you're reading them as they come up, the names. But the problem with that is a lot of times we'll be in the middle of a conversation about something. Like,
of course.
Like trusting trusting games journalism.
Yeah.
And then you got to stop the conversation to read the name. And I don't like interrupting the flow of the conversation to read names, which is why we started stockpiling them and reading them at the end. No, we'll see chunks here and there. We'll see how that works. Maybe we should set like a timer.
Like a stand-up timer.
It's like a stand-up timer. Maybe like 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes, we'll read like 10.
Oh, there it is.
10 or 5 or whatever it is. Monkey B85 says, "Hi, Wreckers.
Hello, Moki!
I am so hyped for more XCOM. I ask a favor. Can you name another soldier in War of the Chosen, Moki? I'd understand if you don't, to give others a chance to kick alien butts too. We'll see. We will see. We will see."
Was Moki on your super awesome squad?
He was on the squad. I need to finish that playthrough.
Do you want to finish it before number 2?
I wasn't when I started that, I wasn't anticipating XCOM 2 DLC to be coming out. For all I knew, they were done. I guess I shouldn't be shocked. They did do Enemy Within as a big expansion, like later down the road. I shouldn't be shocked. I should have anticipated that.
Yeah. Shit.
I think small interruptions or a big load at the end is better than big chunk interruptions. All right, so maybe this isn't working.
Not a bad point.
It's an experiment. It's an experiment.
It's perfectly, experiments can fail sometimes.
Yeah.
Like Half-Life Episode 3. That's what we've learned.
That wasn't like a failed experiment. That was just like a.
No, that's it. It was absolutely a failed experiment. No, it was absolutely a failed experiment because they found that doing games in episodes wasn't as profitable as running the other business. The experiment was Dota 2 makes us more money.
Anonymous says,
Anonymous!
"I'm willing to bet that The Last Jedi will be Empire as you predicted, but just done bigger and with more explosions. Advertising keeps implying that with all the overly oversized ships and vehicles." Where is that? Where is that major trailer? Where's it at?
It's coming out in December.
Where is that? Empire had the big battle in the beginning. It was just one big battle.
Empire had more than that, though. Like, they had Han Solo through the
chase.
asteroid field.
That wasn't a big battle.
That was something you could cut into the trailer.
Sure.
They had enough small shit to cut into the trailer. They're waiting on something, I'm sure.
I think it's weird that we haven't seen the second trailer and that more hasn't come out yet. I think it's weird, but what do I know, Jack? I am frequently wrong, despite the joke that Rich is always right, which I love that joke. Because the joke is Rich is always right. But I am frequently wrong.
But let's keep doing that joke. Let's,
Yeah, we'll keep. That can stay a meme.
That's a good joke that we should keep doing, even though it's not always going to be true. But it's a good joke. I think they're just They're waiting They're waiting because it doesn't matter when they have the trailer. People will go see it no matter what. Whoa. Hello, creepy bunker.
I hope episode 8 isn't like Empire, because it's so boring. Says 11th century folklore.
Obvious troll is obvious.
Well, yeah, but I think it's not even a troll. That's just a joke.
Sure.
Except they're now rehashing that too. There was a guerrilla walker, so they are definitely rehashing Empire, which is not a good sign. Look, if Rogue One didn't make it obvious, there's going to be a walker in every movie they do now. There's going to be one in the Han Solo movie.
Like a proto walker.
There's going to be No, it'll just be the walker from Empire. It's not that much longer before.
Oh, I suppose you're right.
Yeah, there was an AT-AT in Return of the Jedi. It doesn't do much. It's just like sitting there outside of the base on Endor, and you don't see it at the end battle for whatever reason, but it's there.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's a walker on Endor.
Well, they have the ATSTs.
No, a big one.
Oh, yeah?
I think I think you see it in the scene where Luke turns himself in.
I suppose, those wouldn't be good for maneuvering around the forest.
Yeah, and it's just not what's already in the forest though, because it's on Endor. It's just not there in the final battle.
Of course.
Didn't the Ewoks go in it? That was the two-legged one.
The ATST.
I'm talking about the AT-AT, the big one, the four-legged one. There's one on Endor.
What do they stand for again? Like armored transport? All-terrain armored transport?
Something like that, yeah. Why do you call them AT-AT? Because it's spelled AT-AT.
What else are you going to call them? AT-AT. I've always called them AT-ATs.
AT-AT Walker.
I'm just letting... I'm just...
What do they call them? What do they say in Empire? How do they refer to them on screen? Do they call them AT-ATs?
I think they just call them walkers.
Yeah?
That's a good question, though. I believe, because I think the only time they ever refer to them is, during the Hoth battle, and they just say, Imperial Walkers!
Huh.
I call them Jack. Yeah, I've always called them AT-ATs and ATSTs, but they call them Imperial
AT-AT's
Walkers.
got a better flow to it.
I disagree. I think AT-AT sounds like a cat hacking up a hairball. Yak! Yak!
It's an AT-AT.
Yak! Glack! And then what do you say for the other one? Atst!
AT-AT. George Lucas refers to them as AT-ATs. Yeah, he also calls Luke Skywalker Luke, so you might want to start calling him Luke.
Lucky?
Luke.
Lucky?
Luke Skywalker, because you wouldn't want to say it like George Lucas says it.
My name is Luke Skywalker, and I adore.
Darth Vader.
I come from the planet Endor.
But Googus is funny, but I think we're being a bit weird saying I'm wrong just because George Lucas says it that way.
Right. I'm with you, Rich.
Shagohod 1897 says, I forgot to ask.
Yeah.
Is the Space Cop footage with the African dudes real or is it fake? Thanks again. Prepare for Shaman. Shaman. Oh, Sam Hain. Never mind. I'm reading that better now. Sam Hain of Halloween. No, that's
The Wakaliwood.
they're famous. They what was did that action movie, right? Or a number of them, right?
Yeah, Wakawaliwood, right? Something like that. No, they are internet famous. They are a group of African filmmakers who work with a budget of less than $0 because they live in Africa.
Yeah.
And so
They make Ugandan action movies.
yeah, and they use toy helicopters, but film them in such a way that they kind of look like real helicopters, but not really. and they're great. And apparently someone sent them a copy of Space Cop and they watched it and loved it. It's crazy. No, so that's real. And then they were coming to a film festival in Madison. What is the story behind that?
I don't know the story behind that.
I'm telling you the story.
Oh.
They were coming to a film festival in Madison because their story gets told, and now they're using like the sales of their movies, and like I think like there's a documentary guy with them that kind of like relays all their information, and they're using that to create like youth centers in their area and like give kids access to more technology, set kids up, which is amazing. So they got invited to a film festival in Madison, and that was their promo for it. It was the only two things in Wisconsin: the snow and Space Cop. So yeah, they love Space Cop. They love Space Cop. But Space Cop visit the kid. Oh man, if Rich went to Africa as Space Cops, you could star in the next Waka Waka Wallywood film as Space Cop. The kids would love it. Rich, we can make that happen. Do you want that to happen?
I don't want to get on a plane, Jack.
That's true. You don't get on a plane to go to California and visit.
Spend months away from home.
A week.
What am I going to do away from my desk with my computer on it, Jack?
We could go to Africa for a week. It's gorgeous in Africa, Rich. We would have so much fun. You do it? I'm going to make it happen. Absolutely. You just need a cameo to create the Space Cop cinematic universe. Absolutely.
Is Rich afraid of flying? Yes, every time I get in one of those goddamn planes, I have visions of being on the news, of floating foot they found. Internet celebrity's foot found floating in ocean in sneakers still.
Yeah, I mean, out of all the things...
Only remains located.
Out of all of the things to worry about, that should be very low on your list. Airplanes are very safe. Statistically, they're safer than cars.
Just the foot? Yeah, there's a story. Foot specifically, that's a reference to there was some kind of crash where they like recovered someone's foot. That was what they found. That was what they found.
Yeah, I agree. I think that is an irrational fear of Rich's. Flying is a perfectly safe way to travel.
I don't think that one just crashed, though. I believe that was some kind of Cold War incident where it actually got shot down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And straight into like Russian airspace.
We won't. Africa. We crossed the other ocean, so we won't be going anywhere near North Korea. So we'll be fine.
Is the Lockerbie bombing? It could have been that one.
We'll be fine. Rabbit's feet are good luck. Yeah, so Rich, if you lost your foot, just keep
Not
it.
for the rabbit.
Just keep it around your neck, though. Then it'll be good luck.
All right. Huff-Hearted says, "What's going on? Are you done?"
Yeah.
Okay. Huff-Hearted says, "The teens weren't special needs, just at risk.
Oh, sorry.
More behavior.
Oh.
They kick my ass every day in Madden and Call of Duty. They play platformers too, but are terrible at older games. Today was satisfying." That's so weird.
Many apologies for calling them special needs then.
That is so utterly weird.
Here's what I bet. I bet if they like took a couple days, they could learn it. But they're not used to that. They're used to something else, you know? It's very simple, but they need to learn it. That's a whole different wavelength they need to be on.
I never went to the doctor about it, but I'm pretty sure I broke my toe the night I finally beat Mike Tyson.
Okay.
It's like I'm in the middle of I'm an adult at this point. This is like less than 10 years ago.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And I am busting my ass off trying to beat Tyson.
Sure.
And I'm in the middle of a match with Tyson. I'm doing pretty well. I think I might do it. And then there's I'm trying to remember because it's been a while since I played the original Punch-Out. I was
Yeah.
in a situation where I could not pause the game, and Karen and a friend show up, and they're knocking on the door. They want to get in, and I can't stop playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And they're knocking on the door trying to get in, and I know I'm playing Punch-Out.
You guys don't understand. I'm fighting Mike fucking Tyson.
And so, like, between rounds, it's like, I got a second, I can put the controller down. I put the controller down. I sprint to the door and open the door, and I fucking stub my toe big time. Ah! Hurt like a fucking bitch. Let them in. Instantly back to the game. Play through the pain. And I don't remember if it was on, I don't know, it probably wasn't that specific fight with Tyson, but I did beat him that night.
Yeah.
I was very proud of it.
Nice.
And my toe hurt for a while. I'm pretty sure I broke my little toe.
Well, the thing with that is, even if you went to the doctor, you can't do anything to set a toe.
Right,
So it's like,
right.
yeah, that's so funny. Wipes away respect tier, right? Listen, I'm surprised Rich got him at all. Wait outside. Wait outside. Counterband? Probably not.
All right, where am I?
Last Vampire's kind of special.
Oh, for what about him?
I was just wondering if we were doing any more videos about the director of The Last Vampire. And I was like, probably not.
He starts to make movies that are, like, controversial for controversial's sake.
Yeah.
And we might want to sidestep that.
And nothing, like, we've seen a couple more of his movies, and nothing quite hits that Last Vampire vibe.
Like that what's his name, Mark Castro movie he started making but stopped because obviously his video was corrupted. And he tried to pass it off as a short film with a stylized touch to it.
Yes.
I think his name is Mark Castro, right? I'm not getting it wrong. The guy who kidnapped those very real women and held them in his basement for like over a decade.
Yeah, he made
Vitaly Versace made a movie about it.
He made a short film about it.
Shortly after the fact, and it's like, oh, that's
Kind of scummy.
kind of scuzzy.
Yeah.
It's on his YouTube channel, and it's obvious that it was intended to be a longer film, but he stopped making it once he realized some of his footage was corrupt because there was some
There were some weird glitches.
artifacts and glitches going on. Yeah,
he also did one about the killing spree in Norway, like really soon after it happened, and so yeah, he went from like kind of laughably bad filmmaker to kind of scummy bad filmmaker. So
yeah,
probably not going to touch any more of his stuff.
all right. Grorg88 says, "Here's $5 for hopes that you stream Darkest Dungeon someday. Have either of you tried it?"
Well, Rich streamed it a while ago, and I've played a bunch of it. I actually really like it.
Yeah. You should stream sometime. They want to see it.
Well, I'm done with it now. I'm like,
Play it again.
I could play it again. I enjoy Darkest Dungeon. I thought it was a really neat game. My only real problem with it was group management became more than 50% of the game. You know, because you manage your team and then you go out and, explore the dungeons, right? And managing your team and upgrades and, who's in the crazy house and who's in the brothel and who's in the bar and who's doing what became such a large part of the game that I would spend a good half hour, like that would be my bathroom game.
Yeah.
And not like I would spend a half hour in the bathroom, but I would spend a half hour just getting ready to go to the dungeon, but then I'd have to put my game down. So then I'd put it down and I'd pick it up later and I wouldn't remember what I did with my crew.
Yeah.
And so I was using it as a mobile game. I had it on my Vita. And after a while, it just became a little overwhelming. But I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it, Darkest Dungeon. And you streamed it a bit.
A little bit, yeah, once.
Yeah.
All right. Oh god, Seleninus?
Seleninus, sure.
Seleniness.
Sure.
Says,
I'm talking about Darkest Dungeon, Camixian.
You know what those Star Wars hacks haven't thought of yet? Forget about Imperial Walkers. It's time for the Imperial Runners. And that's it. That's how we're ending this with that.
You think you can hit it
Trying
with
to
your
reach
foot?
it with my foot.
Hold on, wait. I think I can do it.
With my foot.
No,
Why is it on the table?
No, because you go.
The whole point is so we can do this
Oh, no.
without.
You have to. No,
I didn't hit the mute button.
Did you?
No, I undid it. I undid it.
Wait,
We're back.
Wait, let me try it.
All right.
Wait, is it in
Shit.
this menu?
Are we? No. Oh no, that's the wrong
You're in
thing.
the wrong menu. Hold on. Oh,
Just get up. Just get up and do it.
goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Goodbye.